Hey, what's up, guys, out there in the crypto world? If you're watching this video right now, we have something in common. We are fellow crypto enthusiasts with the desire to learn about blockchain technology. I am here to share my knowledge, experience, opinions, and past failures to help secure your future investment choices in the crypto world. If this interests you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell so that you will be notified whenever new videos are released. Before we move forward, please remember, I am not a financial advisor, and it is essential that you do your own research. The cryptocurrency market is very volatile, so every decision you make needs to be thoroughly researched by you before any final decisions are made. Now, let's move on with the action. All right, guys. Today is September 15th. It's 9:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's take a quick look at the market here. Bitcoin's at $47,669. It's starting to slowly tick up. Now, the question is it going to be a scenario of a constant new highs and the lows, or are we actually going to start ticking up? But we're going to find out. It's hard to say. But it might be new, all constant, like as it's going lower, constant new highs as it drops lower. But we'll see what happens, guys. Ethereum is ticking up also, just a hair, not much. I think it was at 3,300 yesterday. It's ticking up just a hair. Cardano's starting to move. Had a significant pullback. Let's jump over here since I already went there. Well, no, let's keep going. Cardano's starting to move up. They're at 247. Binance Coin, XRP, time to start watching XRP, guys. We'll be talking about that more in this video. Is that $1.09? Remember, start watching it. I think they're going to start open up trading on that soon. And I have a bag, but I probably want some more. But Solana, got more news on Solana. They're actually down today. I'm surprised they're only down 0.5% after what happened yesterday. Well, actually down 2%. But after what happened yesterday, they actually held their ground, which surprised me very much. So, Polkadot's down today. Dogecoin, great, never meme coin. And you're just flipping down. Avalanche. Avalanche is up almost 1% today. Agrland is down after that epic run last week. I made a FOMO mistake and brought a very large bag of it last week. But fortunately, when I made that FOMO mistake, which means I jumped on a bandwagon, I know this project's going to be doing big things. So I'm comfortable with it. Cosmos, they're down 4%. But, it's one of those days when it looks healthy, actually, to me, because it's just spread. It's very broad. But, all right. So let's go. Let's move forward here. All right, Cardano. I'm always going to talk about Cardano and Hex first because I love those projects. Can't help myself. Let's see here. Let's start with the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands is where you see this. It was grayed out, kind of. See how it's hitting the top here? That means that it was it's kind of falling into the overbought section. And when it's riding on this bottom section here, that's when you want to buy. Like this would have been yesterday, roughly, when I said it was good. Here's another spot. But if you notice, it's starting to push up right here. So I'm thinking that there's a strong possibility that Cardano is about to do big things, slowly but surely. You also see that the RSI is picking up on Cardano. As far as the moving averages go, it is still below the 200-day moving average. It is below the 100 and the 50-day moving average. But it finally went over the 20-day moving averages, which isn't the one that's tucked away inside of here. So at least it's over the 20-day moving average, but we really need to. Actually, it's starting to touch right here. So there you go. You see it's starting to touch that. What average is this? I'm sorry, that's 100-day moving average. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, those are good signs. Anyway, moving on. All right. Hex is by far one of my favorite projects. I've made a lot of money with Hex, and there's a lot more to come. You guys, if you haven't looked into Richard Hart, Hex, or Pulse Chain, make sure you go out of your way to look into it. A lot of these crypto projects, these guys could care less about you. Whereas Hex actually Richard Hart cares about the common man, try to make the world a better place. And what a coincidence. Charles Hawkinson had the same attitude. The same two projects that I just felt the guys actually gave a crap about us, me, are the two projects I'm doing very well with. That speaks for itself. But you see Hex right here. It's kind of just, it's very flatlining right now at 38 cents. You can see that it got up as high as, what, 48, 49 cents. Hex continuously is in a buy zone, honestly, in my opinion. Right now, I mean, you can wait. It might pull back a little bit more. This right here would have been a good spot to buy in where it was at the other day. But I'm definitely going to dollar cost average into Hex. If you don't know what dollar cost average means, that means that you set a schedule and you stick to that schedule. If it's $20 a day, $20 a week, $20 a month, but you stick to that schedule. And over time, it should average out instead of you buying at the peak or at the bottoms. All right? But definitely you guys want to look into Hex. I'm always going to talk about Hex. I love this project. Solana. Solana is a bit of a disappointment to me in some ways, but it held its ground yesterday. They had a catastrophic failure in their blockchain yesterday. They had to, I guess things kind of basically, it shut down or partially shut down. They were able to get it up and running again. It dropped in price a little bit down to 143. And it's back up to, 156 now. Considering what happened, that means there's a lot of faith in that project still. But you can see they're definitely not in the overbought section anymore. You see up here in this RSI, they actually dipped down a little lower. But there were some things that happened that caught people's attention and caught my attention. Let's see if I got this tweet in here. I'm jumping for it more than I should. All right, here we go. Trayvon James, he's a YouTuber. I love watching him. He says, wait, Solana devs can shut the whole network down. This is the problem with centralized versus decentralized blockchains. Solana obviously is very centralized if they can just shut the whole thing down. If anybody can hit a switch and shut down that blockchain, it is centralized. Decentralized means it takes an act of God to shut it down because it just keeps working. It just keeps running. It may not get further development, but it just keeps running. Obviously, Solana is centralized because they were able to shut it down and fix the problem and then turn it back on. It's not supposed to work this way, guys. Well, depending on how you want to look at it. I also feel that XRP is centralized, but XRP was created for the banking institutions. And I'm jumping forward again, so I'm going to jump backwards. All right, let's see what's next here. I like to let you guys know when I'm making little trades. I'm trying to find the diamond in the rough. It's very tricky. Do your own research. I actually only did minimum deep research on this, but it had the signs that I'm looking for to build my bags up. But remember, do your own research. Make sure you're on Twitter. There's so much information out there on Twitter. Follow OCamFi. That's one of the IDOs out there that that releases the new tokens that's going to be on the Cardano blockchain. And yesterday I noticed XPNet tokens should now be distributed for Occam Razor users, which means that these are the guys, people that took place in the initial offering, basically is what it is. And right here is, see where it is. Oh, this is all messed up. Sorry, guys. Let me scroll down here. Okay, right there. Oh, wrong one. All right. There we go. Back on track. All right. So right here, you can see this already went through the whole process of the registration, whitelisting, pre-launch, in progress, sold out. So the tokens are out there in the market. So I was like, okay, well, it looks like it just happened. Like it's all just got done. So I decided to look at the project, and the project XP.network, which is the symbols XPNET. The project caught my eye. It looked kind of like a Oracle for NFTs for cross chain transactions. And let's read this real quick. Tearing down walls between blockchains. SP Network is the first blockchain agnostic agnostic NFT ecosystem. It enables multi-chain support out of the box for any minted NFT, dApp, or use case, allowing NFTs and funds to flow freely between networks and wallets. And I thought it was pretty interesting, pretty cool concept. Definitely something that needs to happen. So I decided to drop a few bones in it. Not a lot, just a little bit, just in case there's something there. And that's my plan, actually. Anything I see come up on CardStarter or OCamFi, because they have vetted the projects thoroughly, I'm buying a little bit of each, and I'm hoping in the long run this will work out into my advantage. All right. So, do some research into XPNET. And honestly, you should register for OCamFi, I can never say it correctly. You actually want to go through all the projects on there, guys, and backtrack, because these are all based into the Cardano ecosystem. Okay? All right, jumping forward. All right, let's go to news. News of the day that caught my attention, stuff that made me sit back, stop, and think. First one, Cardano Alonzo upgrade sees 100 smart contracts in the first 24 hours. The Alonzo upgrade marks the first stage in creator Charles Hoskin's plans to advance a fair global financial system at a reduced monetary and environmental cost. Within 24 hours, the platform has already seen more than 100 smart contracts run on the network, with its first decentralized application also already deployed. All right, guys, that sums it up. The smart contracts are running. Network has had no issues. It's time to play. We're here. All right. I'm sure some of the small contracts were insignificant, but some were very significant, like the one from Charlie 3. But I don't want to get into that because it'll confuse you, because it confuses me. But anyway, all right. This upgrade is accumulation of 6 years of incredible hard work with some of the brightest minds in the blockchain and beyond, Charles Hoskin said. The focus is now on improving the platform further and ensuring that Cardano is adopted by corporations and governments. With this launch, commercialization is as much in the hands of the community as it is in the system architects. And they are already delivering in less than 24 hours. Over 100 smart contracts have already been run on the network. He also opened up about his dedication to this project, describing the design of the blockchains as the most difficult and meaningful work of his career. Not Ethereum, but he's always said that. He wants to be remembered for Cardano. This time next year, there will be useful and in some cases life-changing decentralized applications running on an ecosystem with which will transform the lives of millions to billions of people throughout the next decade, he added. Cardano is going to do big things. I have a very nice sized bag. I suggest that if you don't have Cardano yet, buy it before it goes up anymore. Once it passes that $3 zone, I really wouldn't consider it in the buy zone right now. You're buying at the top, you're gonna have to wait for that market crash. That will come. It always does. And then dollar cost average, ride that roller coaster down that hill and ride it right back up. All right, Solana mainnet. I already covered this a little bit, but I just wanted to show you the article on it. Solana mainnet, excuse me, back online after day in the dark. Solana's blockchain validators came back online early Wednesday following a marathon session of fits and starts by engineers racing to restore servers. After being down for more than half a day, the high-speed blockchain succeeded shortly after 1:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in pushing network patch that held across a network of validators. Yeah, I already talked about this. There's some things in question about Solana. It's not as stable. And this, you know what? We're going to stop and talk here for a minute. If I'm boring you guys, I'm sorry. I'm passionate about Cardano, and this is something you need to understand. Cardano moves so slowly with its development because they don't want situations like this. A lot of the blockchains out there, they push their product to the market so that they can get market share, price valuation, everything that Charles Hoskinson was made clear on multiple videos and interviews that he did not care about. All he cared about was putting out a product that worked. And they took their time with a scientific approach, and it took forever. I mean, forever, ever. A lot of research papers and stuff that's way over my head. But guess what? It works, and there's no fear that it's just going to turn around and crash because they're still trying to figure things out. This Solana feels very similar to Ethereum, in my opinion, right now, because you, there people's livelihoods are at stake, and your product shouldn't be crashing. I mean, put out something that works, and obviously, Cardano is going to work. All right, moving forward. I'm gonna get off my little soapbox now. All right, I already showed you guys this. All right, next article that caught my attention. Fidelity probe SEC to approve Bitcoin ETF in private meeting. Yeah, this is a big one. Fidelity Investments privately prodded the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC last week to approve its Bitcoin exchange traded fund ETF, according to recent filings. The multinational financial service giant urged the regulator to approve his fund by citing increased investors' interest in crypto. Fidelity also pointed to the rising number of investors holding Bitcoin in similar funds worldwide. Bloomberg first reported the news Tuesday. All right. Speaks for itself. The SEC is getting pressure now. The government can try to hold back change, but they're going to have to bow down to the desire of the people. And people want an ETF fund, exchange traded fund. Times are changing. The traditional financial system's changing, and the government's going to be forced to change. A few years ago, this has been going on for like the last 3 or 4 years, but I think it's going to come to pass. All right, this is just something that I don't get it. I don't get, but I do get, if it makes sense, because I did start buying NFTs. I've made money with NFTs. Actually, I've done quite well, actually, all considered. Not as well as these guys, but But at the same time, they're just JPEGs. But they're limited JPEGs. But they're still JPEGs. But anyway. All right, here we go, guys. Christie's will begin bidding on a rare zombie CryptoPunk non-fungible token NFT on Friday. According to Larva's Labs website, CryptoPunk 9997 was last sold in February for $99 ETH, which is a lot, equivalent to $169,770 at the time. The punk was later offered for sale in May at 450 ETH or 1.48 million before the offer was withdrawn in July. Currently, the floor price for CryptoPunk stands at a lofty 76.99 ETH or nearly $260,000. That means you got to have $260,000 just to have a CryptoPunk. Last week, the rival auction house Sotheby's sold a lot of 101 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs for $24 million. Christie's previous sold Beeples every days for the first 5,000 days, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, these NFTs are going for crazy amount of money. I've done well with NFTs. I was thinking about buying some on they're Claymates, I believe. They're like little clay figures, but I think the bottom floor price right now is about like 300 or maybe even 400 ADA Cardano. So I'm thinking about investing a little bit, which I mean, it's not like $200,000, but 400 ADA is times 2, so what, $850, $900 for JPEG. But I might do it because I have done quite well already. Let's see. Any more news that I wanted to bring up? Okay, guys, I am missing an article here, so I'm going to have to shoot from the hip because it's important. XRP. There are rumors that XRP, and you could do a search on it, it'll come up. But XRP, there's rumors that Coinbase will be reactivating the trading platform for XRP. So once XRP is reactivated for trading on Coinbase, I think it's going to do a major run, a big run. I have a bag. I wish I had a larger bag. Last week it actually did activate. I think it activated on Coinbase Pro, but it was short-lived. They turned it down and said it was a technical difficulty. But I think that in the near future they're going to be turning it back up because the SEC is losing that battle against XRP for a multitude of reasons. You guys can look that up. But definitely want to keep XRP in your radar. All right, guys, this video is going a little long, so I'm going to stop here. Please Leave a message, leave a comment, leave a question, leave a suggestion. I love them. YouTube loves them. Want to get some communication going on here. Also, make sure you like the video. YouTube loves it that you like the videos. And subscribe. And until next time, stay blessed, stay happy.